Hi, it's James at James's Video Diary. Today is Saturday, July 4th, 2026. Today I realized I'm on my 7th iteration of driving around after trying to build something to people, and I failed. I find that everyone uses a single playbook. I've been using the same thing for years. I just don't have that playbook. I try to reverse their behavior to see how they'll behave with me, and they want exclusion when they do it. When it's my turn to get the exclusion, it happens to be, well, I've had a few women try to bait me into chasing, and I'm like, no. Every time I do this for someone else, I've been beaten into the head with the system. If you can't have a conversation, don't bother trying. Yeah, I understand sex and nervousness, and I made a few mistakes. Tara, Andrea Shea. I mean, yeah, it happens. It's been 30 years. I'm bound to have made 3 or 4. Those are just the 2 that really come to mind. Been around a lot of people who qualified. They won't do it. By the time they build a history, though, they built the history of abuse. They built a history of, well, my playbook comes first, until they realize their playbook didn't fucking work. It hasn't worked for over 30 years, that same fucking playbook. The amount of people that have tried that same fucking shit. Whether to destroy my equipment and try to force me into taking theirs. Well, you can have mine, and you can use mine. I don't want to use your equipment. I have my own. If you wanted to have a decent party with me, actually have a conversation. Don't smash my shit. Don't smash my equipment. And tell me I get to choose to use yours. Where I have to ask permission. And you can tell me no. If I wanted to stay and you didn't, well, I'm kind of shit out of luck, ain't I? You destroyed my gear. And I only had the one set. It happened when I was a teenager, into my 20s. Dealt with people in my 20s that are like, well, I come first. So you got to choose me. It's not that I ask you to choose me. I forcibly tell you it's either my way or the highway. For me, that triggers the only answer I can say. I'm taking a highway. Every time I take someone else, they get their way first, I end up losing. Then they end up calling me an asshole when I literally say, hey, look, you got to be accountable for your sins. It's my turn to start having what I need, and I've tried this for over 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I've had people that literally don't understand business contract. I just know they don't. Their behavior says they don't. They may have businesses, but they've got to be a fucktard loss. I mean, if you can't hold your contract, you can't do simple instructions, there's no sense in building further. If I give you $5-10 to go get us groceries and you end up spending it on lotto, that was supposed to feed us. Not, this ain't Jack and the Beanstalk. If I can't trust you with 5, 10, why should I trust you 100,000, 100,000? Why should I build with that, knowing you're going to destroy everything I've built? And you're going to tell me I'm not good enough. I'm good enough. And I deserve what I've asked for. I deserve to not be breach of contracted on, then have them bitch about, well, you just should have done your job. I did my job up to the point you released me by breach of contracting. The consequences I've had to live with, because I don't do the emotional BS. I'm kind of cold that way. I ask for pedestrian stuff when I try for friendship, because I don't have context. So I'm at communications at work. almost always have context. Well, you know this was happening. How the hell would I know? Is it in the dispatch? If it's not there, I don't know. I don't talk to you people because I don't want to have plausible deniability on your side. You need to have it on. If you didn't do your work, you need to get penalized. And it needs to be, you create a hostile work environment, I guess you don't deserve a paycheck. You shit all over people and you wonder why they come back at you. I mean, really? I've seen managers, oh, I can't do any better. Bullshit, Donna. Andre, you could. The issue is you would have had to step up to Todd Fleming there at ABM and say, hey, I'm a loser. I made a mistake. This guy can do better, will do better, and it's going to bring us tens, if not hundreds of thousands of new dollars. Tens of millions of dollars even, with multiple contracts. Because the way this guy can work. But no, that's not how that worked. I ended up walking away because why the fuck should I kill myself for nothing? Why should I teach Gaylord PD along with the Gaylord City School District using, pre-K words and a little bit of algebra to show them how ignorant their policies were. How when I started at the elementary school, they had over 30 kids in the disciplinary office at any given time. During the end of the year, when it should have been way bigger, they only had 3 or 4 frequent flyers they just couldn't shake. And I mean, for 500 kids, yeah, you're going to have a few you can't shake. But going from 30 to 4, grades go up. And I was a janitor. I mean, I was a second shift janitor. I worked as almost 2 men. Only got one guy's paycheck. The guys they were relying on as the carpet king they didn't understand how the carpet machine worked. All I got was keeping producing bad results. I said, if you're the carpet king, you goddamn well better know, Bubba, why this is happening. I know why it's happening. I'll look at the result and go, look at the machine, how does that operate? Oh, well, that's why it's not working. Proper prep was not done. Everything was salt removal. From 1/8 inch of salt to no salt. No kids playing in the concourse, all of them playing in the concourse. Sand being in the building with sand fleas and ticks and all that sort of thing. There's no sand in the building. Using the stuff that's been there for the better part of 50 years. Longer than I've been alive. So yeah, no. Having to teach people things with fundamentals. Children are learning the fundamentals, and as an adult, you can lie to the kids. Give them a smaller version of the top. You have to set reasonable limits. They didn't have those. Or how to use nursery rhymes to interrupt trains of thought to provide the turnaround and shrinking of the number of discipline problems they were having in the school. Taking on maintenance guys, saying we have broken equipment, and I don't think you're wrong about how the equipment's broken. Just to be safe, I got one right next to it that's not broken, so we can take a look at the pattern to see if there's how fast and easy and cheap can we make the fix while still making it effective. I mean, why would you want to have something that's going to be a continuous breakdown? Fix it once, then you won't need to fix it for quite some time. Building maintenance, understanding the nature of how a building works, where I'm at now, how does my vehicle work? How do you deal with maintenance issues? Because maintenance is a big deal. I mean, in my life dealing with women, it's like, if the ones that understand are married, they are unqualified. They disqualify for my process. Those that qualify literally won't fucking do it until it's like the last thing they've done. After they go through the entire process, that entire process takes time. That time generates a history. And although I have a need of it, I do not have a need of wanting to have someone intentionally create drama, to intentionally create disharmony to the point that the answer is kinetic violence. Because non-kinetic violence simply won't work. They simply will not listen. They will not be self-aware until they end up catching a few. At which point, they're not self-aware there either. They're crying on the guy, he's just being an asshole, he's just being the hell out of me. Most men don't do that. Most true men know that women and children, we're supposed to protect them as men. We're not supposed to attack and kill them. Use them for our gratification. Not that women don't have, there's a little bit of a gray area there. Same point, you don't mutilate them for funsies. And in order to get a woman as a legitimate target, in my view, she has to work at it. She has to incentivize her own. And once to do that, in my own family, my daughter, I've talked to hitmen, multiple. And, I want to do it. I want to be the one that does it. And the thing that kept me, and still does, is simply the fact that if I killed mother, and I'm dad, was that leave baby? That puts baby on the map too. Not because I'm trying to do it for gratificatory processes. I'm saying that if dad takes mom off the map, well, obviously, the system's gonna take dad off the map. And honestly, what kind of life is baby gonna have if mom is teaching baby to piss dad off to the point of her own murder and putting baby in the line of fire? As a man, you don't do that. That's what makes the most terrifying nightmares of my life so terrifying. The things about shooting other people in a foreign land for my country I've never lost a night's sleep over them. I have a recollection of having the dreams, but they're not clear like the ones that bring it home to family. Although I've never served, this is not something that comes from the brotherhood. This comes from knowing that a lot of the people that did train me were retired, were veterans with DD-214s honorable. The tips, tricks, and techniques I learned how to use with fire, I knew I couldn't use them as a soldier. They wouldn't let me. And honestly, it's not a good idea to be a frontline combatant if you're having issues where you can't build a stable base, so you can't, especially if you're not powerful in your life, when everybody else has had more power in your life than you do, has more power in your pocket than you do. That's why I've turned down multiple millionaires. Saying, no, I can't take your business over. Oh yeah, I know they're technical. I just don't have a stable base at home. I don't have a stable source of sexual hormones. I don't have the necessary pieces to let alone maintain this owner finance takeover until I can pay it off, let alone propagate the money so that I can pay it off faster, or build better, or stronger, or pivot into other untapped markets in the time. It's not because I don't have the skill. It's when I ask for what I ask for whether it be resources. Most of the time it's long-term stuff. It always starts with a single step. Last video I chased, she didn't have a fucking clue that a long-term is not something you step out to Walmart and pick up. I couldn't pick it up. And if I got to drive 4 hours, 2 there and 2 back, to spend the time I have when I'm in town, I got to have a place to sleep. And if I just came off 14 with 2 up, plus whatever I had to go up there for, whatever I went up there for. If I didn't do my laundry wasn't done, I didn't get my grocery shopping done, anything else I needed to get done, if I didn't have it done, I'm kind of fucking out. The same thing, it's self-awareness with Rebecca Scalco. She wants to die and be a burden to her son, rather than be a burden to me. Something I would happily take. Because the process, and although I can't be the finished product on day one, if I never start the process, I'll never finish it. This girl that Save-A-Lot, she turned me down flat. I'm like, yeah, okay. After a couple of years of trying to push through, where you actually have a conversation, where you can get her out of her place of superior power. Not completely removing your power, but putting her in a position where we're both equal. Somewhere where she does not have absolute authority. Because she'll fucking do the dumbest fucking thing possible. Then when it goes sideways, I'm the bad guy. How the fuck am I the bad guy if you have the absolute authority? With great power comes great responsibility. I mean, look at some people and it's like, I can see why, where they're at. They have power without any accountability or the minimum amount of accountability they can possibly have. If they got their ass stomped, mine had been stomped. If they knew that when they go into a situation, by looking at the situation before they jump, they have a real good idea of playing out how this is going to turn out. The little girl at Dow, yeah, I'm 25. Well, you want kids? I'm not your man. Yeah, I'm 45, 40, now I'm 48. I ain't going to want no kids. I'd have been 25, been a different deal. At 22, 23, yeah, that was definitely a possibility. Now at 48, yeah, no. Fuck kids. Not because it's just not in my cards, man. I can't even get a stable relationship, let alone bring children into utter and complete chaos, where incentivizing someone to beat on or kill you is the right answer, then crying when it happens. Poor management of leadership that leads to I don't understand why this is happening. If you don't understand that it's happening, you've been doing this for 20 years, you got 60 years under your belt, 40 years as a parent. If you don't, tender your resignation, go walk down and get checked into the hospital. Someone needs to reprogram your ass to have the consequences of you fuck around, it's going to bite you in the ass. And taking the money away from you is probably get better than waiting until somebody gets pissed off where they have nothing to lose. They're like me, they're living in a truck. They don't have family, they don't have a way of building what everyone else has. And prison becomes not a deterrent. It becomes an incentive. What the fuck for, man? I don't have a girl. At least in there I'd know why. I'd die. Yeah. Die out here anyway. In there, the minimalist I would be able to have wouldn't matter. Mostly get thrown in a dumpster, they'd just burn my body once I was gone. Just be cremated as a pauper. Because no one would want to pay to deal with it. It's the harsh reality of the world. Can't build it because no one wants to be a partner. They want a payday. They only think about today. They're not thinking about 10 minutes from now. They're not thinking about the wayward event that burns everything they have. That turns them into looking like a bad human candle. I mean, I've dealt with people who who didn't have hair, and it wasn't because they couldn't grow it. They just chose not to shave it off. They just told it, gone, I don't need it. I'm gay. Until they get around me and all this shit. All of a sudden, man, gay people think, well, fuck, I want to be around this guy. Whatever this guy's got, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, well, until you got into there and you go like, you're not as gay as you say you are. If I can turn you that easily, with simple human dignity, with common sense leadership, I'm the bottom guy. I had a mutiny at McDonald's. I was the leader of a mutiny. And I didn't even mean to do it. I'm just that good when it comes to leadership. You know, you do something. When I started as a nothing. And on paper, I still was a nothing. But then franchisee Frank there tried to ask me what I want. I was like, I don't want anything. Nothing you have, I can take from you that is going to make me do anything or want to hang here. Thing that would want to make me hang here, I already asked for it. And it's something you can't give. Be like, you know, these women, oh, you got to take it from me. Fuck no, I'm not taking it. You can choose to give it voluntarily. I cannot take what I need by force. I can't have you in a position where you don't understand the concept that actions have consequences. And if your actions cause me consequences, and you're going to bitch that I'm going to kick it back to you, well, why do you hurt my feelings? Yeah, would you rather we fucking put your brains on the wall? Well, hey, look. If I'm the one holding the bag for your shitty decisions, you're going to catch it one way or the other. Most of the time it's going to be lippy. But if it has to go to physical violence, I mean, it being that significant means that something fundamental has failed. Whether it be me, whether it be you just lying and you don't want to account for your lying, Donna Burkett, Leola Schneer, you don't want to account for your lying. You don't want to be held accountable for your abuse. What you've abused me. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, it's not sorry. I've been 20 years in county, 18 years in county, state prison, for violating my constitutional rights, for denying my visitation, and I did nothing. I followed the rules. When I didn't follow the rules, I got spanked. I learned not to. They should have taken the kid out of that home, and they didn't. The kid tried, subsequently after being grown, to extort me. I'm like, I didn't invest. I don't invest in people until I know, till their behavior shows me. Because if they flip a switch after they think they've got me, that's another good one. That's happened a couple of times. They tried to hook, and when they think they're in, they flip. And I'm like, why do you think I'm patient? I play the long game. Because my life's, I got at least 30 years left, barring a wayward event. I've been alone 30 years. Say for 4 real girlfriends I've been for nearly the time. Over 4 years, never happened. I've tried more than a few years to try and get people. And they have no fucking idea till their ass gets kicked. Life gets harder on them. They go, oh shit, he's going to say no. Why did he say no? It's been 2 years. 2 years of abuse goes a long way to showing you're only going to do what you think is going to be the right thing in the moment, rather than going, yeah, that motherfucker's probably right. Why? Because, well, think how smart he is. Think about how, even though he wasn't certified, he's trusted to teach certified people. Is there nothing? There's something there, and there's God help me, it's not racist, but it sounds that way. The guys that trained me in World War II, Koreas, even some Vietnams, they said there's a nigger in the woodpile. It means that there's something wrong with the situation. They're not exactly sure what it is. Start going with caution if you're going in. I'm one of those things. I'm a genius level guy. I've turned down millions because, well, if I'm going to be in a position where I'm going to end up murking my people, does it really make sense to build only to lose everything and kill people and have to look at that in your face? Dreams are bad enough. Now, if it were strangers, it probably wouldn't bother me. The collateral stuff that happened in the dreams never bothers me. It's always the basis of doing my own people. Doing people that I love. That I profess to love. That my behavior says that I would defend with my life. And yet I'm forcing taking it from them. Honestly, I don't understand why the fuck these people don't understand. They play the same fucking playbook. Like, you don't understand the Newtonian physics of how you fuck your life and how you fuck the other guy. If you fuck the other guy, you found out his wallet. It's got his ID in it. So return it intact. The money inside might be his fucking rent money. That might be the money he was going to use to build something with. That's how he could get it. That's not how they think. Fuck him. I'm going to get away with this because he can't prove the money was in there. Anything I know I'm going to get in trouble for fucking with, that'll turn in. Yeah. I'm sorry. My past is coming up. It's kind of disjointed. Comment section is open. These are ears. These are not taxi doors. If you have something I don't see, if I'm getting nose blind to it, if there's a piece that I need to start working on to build it forward, I said I would like to have the information. I spent almost 5 hours today on the road doing nothing but wasting money. Wasting time. Can't build because I can't trust. Because I see so much human behavior over so much time. It's all the same. And I keep coming through the whole situation where it's, you gotta trust me. Why? Why is you're so invaluable to me when you literally don't meet the minimum requirements? I thank you for being here with me. I'm sorry I apologize for the disjointed nature and the content. But I appreciate being here. Have a good one.